Hey guys, Tyrus here. Recently I posted a video about the Mukindori tree. You can see it here. Wow, to my surprise, it had almost like 50k views and comments from all over the country in terms of people being able to relate with this particular tree. And I was like, whoa, this tree is almost like it grows almost everywhere. So there are people who just used it as a toilet paper that I found very interesting, which is true. And I think especially when we were growing up and we used to visit uh, grandma, these leaves were literally our toilet paper. So millennials, those who can relate, if you have ever used them. And they're quite good and quite effective, by the way. But that got me thinking in terms of what else do we have that is around us that we either do not know the use of it, or you just found it growing and you have never figured out what you can do with it. And that brought me to this other tree here. This is called the Morubaine tree, or the neem. So neem tree is one of the easiest trees to grow. You guys know about it. There are a lot of soaps, perfumes, herbal supplements that are gotten from the neem tree. And as far as I can remember, anytime we used to complain about anything, you have fever, you have a stomachache, or whatever, my dad would just boil the leaves. It's quite a bitter concoction, but we'll be forced to take it. Yeah, but usually this was our first pharmacy. And to be honest, I think a lot of those ailments were healed. I don't know, maybe it was psychological, but for a fact, uh, this is something that I've taken for all my life. As far as I could remember, we used to get this morubaine tree. Yeah, quite bitter, but it does its work. Now, the other unique thing about it, it grows very fast. What I mean by it grows very fast is that here this is an orange, I think orange or lemon tree. We had just did a small stick or stand from the morubaine tree to try and protect the orange tree. But now look what it eventually became. So the orange lemon tree is still trying to grow, while the morubaine is now almost maturing. So now you don't know who is protecting who. But what I'm trying to allude here to is that there's so many properties or so many things that surround us in nature, that if we were to just give it a bit more of a focus or try and figure out what other uses we can have, you'll be quite surprised. Yesterday I also had a conversation with one of the elders here in the village, and what he was telling me is that, you see, this is an avocado tree. Then we have another tree that is called the muiri. I think the African cherry. I don't know how you guys call it. So if you are to mix the bark from the mukidori tree, the leaves from the avocado tree, and also the bark from the muiri trees, are hardwood, and especially found in these whatever highlands and all that. Mix it and boil it with especially your nyama or soup, and take it for, let's say, 2-3 days. Any digestive issues will be sorted out. And the guy is, I think, around 70, and he swears that thing works. According to him, any soup he prepares, he will have mukindori, the bark or the leaves. He will have the avocado leaves, the muiri bark or a small branch. Throw it into the soup, the bones, and whatever you are using to do your soups. And yeah, take it. Number one, it's like purifies your digestive system. So if you maybe have issues in terms of your digestive, or maybe you're unable to take, let's say, fatty food, or you react with soups, it sorts that one out. Yeah, just cleans up your digestive system. It makes the soup tasty, and a lot of other nutrients or benefits he could not explain. But according to him, for his 70 years life, that is what he has been taking in terms of supplementation. So over and above the natural foods, and the guy eats at, I think he's roughly around 75. He's healthy. He's able to do manual work, like the work we were doing with him yesterday. He was with his grandson, And I can tell you his grandson is around maybe around 18, 20, thereabout. And they were able to do almost, he was at par with the young man in terms of, we were doing a bit of harvesting of avocados and all that. The guy can go up a hill, he's able to carry the avocados in the guineas. You just look at the guy, he's healthy, he's okay, he's very active, mentally, physically, and the dude, literally, he was not, when you look at him, you engage with him, he's quite okay. And you ask him about his day-to-day routine, is primarily those normal stuff that we always take for granted. Or as I was saying in my other video, you can check on my bio, if mother earth has not grown it, don't eat it. So, guys, hey, there's a lot to learn when you decide to take a break and also experience life of other people, not just primarily your community. You can even take a break and go and live in another community elsewhere and just see how they survive. And a very good example I always give, the Maasais. Their diet is almost 80% meat, but they have the lowest prevalence of these, we call them lifestyle diseases, especially high blood pressure and cardiovascular issues. Yet, when on this other side, we are told not to eat meat, you're not told to eat whatever, blah, blah, blah. So what is happening? There's a lot of herbs, a lot of things, a lot of good stuff that Mother Nature has given us that we are not taking time to explore. So, like, for me, this is just an area that we had just prepared for maybe relaxation while at tea crest and all that. But then all of a sudden, somebody starts coming and pinpointing a couple of things that have real medicinal value. And you're like, whoa. And what else don't I know? What else do we need to discover? So, yeah, let's keep this conversation going and tell me what other maybe concoctions or supplements or basic stuff that is available, or maybe even in our local markets that you can be able to use. Let's have a conversation on how do we live a good, fulfilling, natural life. As I told you guys, you might have a lot of problems, but the day you have a health issue, you become, or all your problems become one. So it's very important for you to invest time to just study your diet, study what you're putting into your body, study other alternatives that are out there. And the whole aim is just, yeah, you want to enjoy this life and you can't enjoy it if you're sick, man. And there is so much that is free that actually it's getting me triggered in terms of how narrow-minded we are in terms of the way we focus on life and the priorities that we usually have in terms of whatever is working for us, what is not working for us. And yeah, God always says, nimekupatia kila kitu, the birds in the sky do not go hungry. They don't know what they will eat tomorrow, but they survive and I feed them. And yet we are unable to trust him with the natural products that he has given us. And we have stressed up trying to live a life that literally is not ours. So guys, let's have this conversation. Let me know what other hacks are you doing in your life, or you have learned from maybe your grandparents or parents that we can take advantage of. That's a conversation I would want to have with you. Tyra's here. See you. Take care.